Loki, Season 2, Episode 3. How has the show packed more punch than any Marvel show that they've created since Loki Season 1? Let's talk about it. All right, guys, welcome back to Geek Variants. We cover all things Marvel, Lord of the Rings, DC, anime, and more. This time, talking about Loki. And if you're subscribed, you will be he or she who remains on the channel. That being said, let's go it from order to chaos. Your thoughts?
This was a great episode. We are coming to a head. This is in the halfway point of this series. So we're getting to the meat and potatoes about how things in TVA are going to be fixed from the destabilization. Now, the biggest thing, of course, is Miss Minutes is finally back in play. So seeing her and seeing what she's up to was one of the biggest surprises, so to speak, because again, nobody knew what she was up to, what she was doing. We find out she's got more love interests for, Victor, as opposed to just being, I guess, a nice form AI, which is not too unheard of when you look at some of the stuff that Tony Stark has invented, especially with Vision and Jocasta, everything kind of gaining their own self identification when it comes to just being alive. So the fact that we got Miss Minutes in here kind of doing her thing, Renslayer obviously is all about the mission. She wants to get her stuff done. It seems like she's kind of being swept off her feet a little bit by Victor Timely, aka Kang, like he is there in the picture. But we don't really know where her head is at as far as where she's gonna go. If she's gonna kind of fall under his seduction, so to speak, or if she's still gonna focus on the mission. Now, Victor Timely was one of the greatest things. We already saw it coming. We knew he was coming. How he was introduced is great. It was funny that he was nothing but a con man, so to speak, a crook, just to kind of get what he needed. But he did have the technology part kind of in order. He just kind of got by with what he could, and that was one of the biggest things. He doesn't have the technology of the future to make things happen. So it was really great to see him kind of be the more of that, a little bit more of a comedic character in a sense, as opposed to just being a serious Kang, because we got quite a bit of that, and we're going to get a whole bunch more of that coming soon, I guess, as far as Kang is concerned in the MCU. Now, one of the biggest things that I saw that was directly pulled from the comics was Renslayer being betrayed by Kang. Now, I don't know what it was that Miss Minutes did to kind of set him off. The word partnership, I guess, is what set it off. He gently pulled back, but Miss Minutes had been implementing something. I don't know if it was something in the book that she kind of had written, put in there, ready to go, or if something else was dropped off later on because she was there for a while. I don't know, but it's a common occurring theme in the Marvel universe where Kang, he is very focused on his goals, whatever his goals are, which is usually to, kind of conquer everything and destroy the Avengers. He is all about that. Like that is his primary focus. And whenever it comes to Renslayer, she's a second thought. Like he is not worried about her in the slightest until his mission is accomplished. And then when it's all said and done, then he attempts to get her back or whatever the case may be. But he'll always blow her off for that. So yeah, this whole episode here is just kind of really set up nicely, and I want to see where they're going to take it from here.
I mean, it's been a minute since we saw Miss Minutes, and now the fact that we learned that hell hath no fury like a woman scorned, and Kang managed to piss off the most powerful being that we have in the show at this point in time in Miss Minutes, because she transcends space and time as this AI. She can go where she pleases, how she pleases, whenever she pleases. No one can really stop her. And then on top of that, now we have Renslayer, who, let's just be honest, two women in a span of what appears to be, maybe 20, 30 minutes fell in love with him. So this dude, when he gets the TVA's knowledge, its assets, its technology, and all of the information hidden within it. We're going to see Victor Timely go from Victor kind of boring, but a beautifully acted out character because Major's just chef's kiss to his acting on this episode. Go from dull and boring to deranged sociopath with a long history of violence throughout all of Marvel Comics. And I hope we get to see and experience tons more with that going and building up. It really felt like Sylvie in this episode, or at least so far in this series, has the most boring writing. The only reason she keeps showing up is to threaten to kill someone and to play off of Loki's order and his chaos.
That's
That
it.
is the only thing she keeps showing back up for. And I wish there was more for the character, but as a whole, that is my only gripe for this series. This series has been phenomenal so far, start to finish, and we're at the halfway point. I have very, very little to complain about, and I've complained about a lot of Marvel properties of late. Loki's not catching any flack for it. It's doing everything it possibly can to hold up to the original MCU standards, not post Endgame standards that have been more and more accepted. And if we're gonna get more Victor Timely, I'm all about that. I can. That's an order that I can 100% get behind, and I like what they've done here. I was worried that the actor strike and the short episodes were going to hurt this show. So far, they haven't skipped a beat. As long as they finish strong, nothing but great things to say about this show. Anything else you think we missed?
No, I mean it's pretty solid for setting up everything. So now we just got to kind of see how they're going to play Victor Timely. Are we going to actually see him kind of become Kang the Conqueror? Is he going to step into that role, or is he going to bring in any of the other Kangs that we have seen, already shown? Because again, there's still three big bad Kangs that we're concerned with that are kind of floating around, as well as the one from Quantumania. So what are they going to do? How are they going to bring these characters in? Are some relegated to just the movies and stuff, or are we going to get some cameos from those versions to kind of reference, their history with Victor Timely and kind of bring everything together? I don't know, but I'm curious to see how this all shakes out in the end because these strands are being put together, and the fact is that they even said the branches that were pruned because it pruned down to like three strands off the sacred timeline. They said the ones that were pruned are starting to re-engage. They're coming back out. So I don't know if they've been changed, if they're kind of starting back from where they were when they kind of branched off and they're kind of coming back together, but more timelines are showing up. So this is where we're getting the alternate versions of the MCU. Again, X-Men's in play, Fantastic Four is in play, whatever Marvel wants to do, whatever their next properties that they're pushing, Young Avengers, like all that stuff, which is already taking place in the main timeline, but now we can offshoot and have a couple different things going on at the same time. And also bringing back any characters that they want that have been killed off. Because again, just 2 days ago, we had the anniversary of Tony Stark's death in the MCU as far as sacrifice himself with the Infinity Gauntlet. So literally anything can happen right now. So let's do it.
And I'm begging you, keep Tony Stark dead. Keep Captain America dead. We have Captain America. We have him. We don't need you, Mr. Rogers.
I
You
will
can
take
stay home.
Tony. I will take Tony back as an AI. That's it, just to get Ironheart started. Not a long thing, maybe in a movie, a one-time appearance. That's it. I don't need a big drawn-out thing with him. That's the only acceptable way I will take him. And even that, I'm still kind of skeptical because I don't know if they're going to do it.
Because it invalidates all of everything that
They already
everything prior
invalidated
to
Rhodey.
Endgame was to do.
They already invalidated Rhodey with
He
that
invalidated
whole
himself
thing.
when he asked
So,
for a new contract, and they replaced him.
no. When they said that he's been a freaking scroll the entire time, that stuff is what got me twisted about Rhodey. Because apparently Rhodey's been a scroll since before Endgame, which means his whole heartfelt moment don't really mean crap. So I'm salty about it. I don't know what they're doing, but we'll see if they'll fix stuff or whatever. I'm done.
Either way, Victor Timely gets to meet his hero next week, Earl Burroughs. Let's talk about it then. When you're subscribed, you'll be he or she who remains subscribed to Geek Variants. Iron Man sucks.